This video is sponsored by the DC Extended Universe. This run of movies is over. Next year, James Gunn will be beginning his reign over the DC Universe. Long gone are the days of digitally editing out mustaches and poor CGI. Maybe. We'll see. Hopefully The Flash was the last of the bad CGI, but you never know. You never know. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom was directed by James Wan and released in theaters this week. And the film marks the end of the DC Universe. It's been a very mixed bag. There's been movies that I would rather not talk about, but will on Media Dumpster. And there's movies that I absolutely love. Call me a Snyder fan if you want, but I love the Snyder Cut and I love Man of Steel. Fight me. Anyway, today we're looking at Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. It's the sequel to the 2018 movie. And honestly, I want to give my thoughts on the first film first. I really enjoy it. It's a great time, I think. It's very fun. I like the characters. The underwater setting is exciting. Seeing all those creatures battle it out. I really enjoyed it. Now, of course, 2018 was back when I had a more skewed perception of films. I was just getting into my A24 and indie film years where I was starting to experiment and watch more than just comic book movies and horror movies. So nowadays I watch just about anything that comes out, whether it's contending for Oscars or it's called Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. But anyway, I want to get into this movie because I want to say right off the bat, this is not a bad ending to the DCEU. It really doesn't give you much closure. It really just feels like a sequel to Aquaman, and that's it. There is no full, final thing. It's not like we're ending off this long, running span of films like Endgame. It's just, nope, it's just done. It just kind of ends. It just ends. But this movie is pretty good. I'll say that, okay? There are stuff that I'm not a big fan of. I think the story, for starters, in this movie does not do it any favors. This script is just very rough. There are many scenes where characters just stop. There's things that need to get done. There's an entire action sequence that we need to get to. But first we need to sit down and give a complete exposition dump about the background of this black trident that Black Manta acquires in this movie. And he wants to use that to bring this kingdom back that was lost many years ago. It's kind of like these zombie-looking creatures. I really like that. You guys know how much I love zombies. And he wants to bring this army back to rise up against Atlantis and kill Aquaman to avenge his father. That's the main plot of the film. While Aquaman and Orm, he comes back, Patrick Wilson. Aquaman breaks him out of prison, and he enlists his help to fight Black Manta. So this is a pretty solid, I would say, story as far as the brothers. The camaraderie between Jason Momoa and Patrick Wilson, Orm and Arthur. I really enjoy that. That's a very much the heart of the film. It definitely serves the movie well there. I think that the addition of Orm in the story definitely gives some kind of meaning to it because, we always have to have those kind of themes about family, and he is, this brother that, obviously Aquaman has had differences with. He was the villain of the last movie, and they come together in this one to work as a team, and I thought it was really good. Black Manta, I want to say, is a really great element here, but he isn't... Somehow, even though he is the main thread of the movie, he still manages to feel, very underdeveloped and underused. I get that he wants to revenge for his dad. His dad was killed in the first movie. I get that. And they just keep beating you over the head with that. But I get that. I understand that completely. I understood that in the first movie. I don't need that, doubled down on here, and they just don't give the character any more, backstory or just there's nothing keeping me really engaged in this guy other than, of course, Yahya Abdul-Mateen's fantastic performance. He's just really great in this role. That's about the only positive thing I can really say about his presence in the movie. He's very threatening, but at the same time there's no substance to back that up because we don't get to know him. My dogs are going off at something. Probably Amber Heard. Yeah, she's in the movie. Just like Ezra Miller in The Flash, I'm not going to take away from her performance just because of something that's happened outside of it. She was fine. She wasn't phoning anything in. She was good. That's it. Willem Dafoe was very busy this year, obviously, with Poor Things, Inside, let's see, Asteroid City. He was in Asteroid City, was he not? I'm not sure. Yes, he was. He was in Asteroid City. Sorry. But yeah, he's been very busy this year, so he doesn't return as Arthur's mentor, Volko. Volko. He doesn't return in this movie, which I was upset about because I am a Willem Dafoe fan, but obviously he was busy, so I won't knock him too much for that. But James Wan, honestly, he does a good job behind the director's chair this time around. So he has a very specific style when it comes to his fight scenes. The camera kind of pulls back, and you can kind of just see all the moving parts of this, and I really enjoy that. There's a lot of entertaining action in this. Let me just get the spoilers. My goodness. I used to do these with a script, and now I don't, and they are messy. But, overall, really, what I'm going to give Aquaman The Lost Kingdom, because I want to say stuff, but I'm going to spoil it if I do, because that's just how I work. I give it a 7. Granted, it is kind of teetering between a 6 or a 7, but I land on a 7. For the most part, I thought it was a fun time. While not all of its elements were 100% developed as well as I would hoped, and the script needed work, and the story wasn't structured very well, I still kind of had fun with it. There's a lot of things to like here about, Jason Momoa riding around with his trident, just punching this and that. It's just a fun movie. If you had fun with the first movie, you're going to have the same fun this time, okay? So I'm going to see you guys for the spoiler section. So entering spoilers, Black Manta decides to steal Arthur's kid because he needs a drop of blood from the royal bloodline to bring back this guy and his army of zombies from the Lost Kingdom. And yeah, he takes Arthur's son. He nearly kills the dad. I was surprised, but I was also pleasantly I was very happy. I was pleasantly surprised and happy that they actually don't kill any of Arthur's family in this. Nicole Kidman is fine. The dad is fine. The kid, Mara, all of them live. I was happy about that because I thought it was very predictable from the trailers that the dad was going to die in particular. Because you see Black Manta like raising the trident up and the lighthouse is falling over, and you see, I saw on a TV spot or something, or on Instagram, it was an Instagram post, Aquaman with his dad and he was bleeding or whatever. I was like, wow. So I was happy to see they didn't go the common route where they kill someone in the main character's family. That's very annoying and cliche at this point. I'm trying to think of something else to talk about here. Oh, the writing. I was scratching my head so many times. I was like, what? Because Orm, right, he was locked up for 4 years, right? He was so skinny, and he was very incapable of even fighting. He couldn't even hardly lift up a weapon. But as soon as some water hits him, he's like jacked, and he's fighting all these dudes off. He's like, what? I understand he has, water powers. The water makes him strong or whatever, but can it really make him go from skin and bones to, to just being jacked? Because I'll just tell you guys this. Just watch the scene where he gets to the water in the movie. It's something else. It is just weird how quickly that transformation happens. Another thing that I thought was weird, Black Manta has this, Spec Ops, maybe, group of people. It's hard to explain what they are. Because Randall Park, Jimmy Woo from the MCU, he plays a scientist, and he's in this group with Black Manta. And he's very cowardly, or he's not cowardly, he's very afraid of Black Manta, and he's like, I need to get out of here. But obviously Black Manta won't let him. But he's with this group, and I don't understand exactly what it is. It's just kind of, I just said they were like Spec Ops or paramilitary guys or something like that. But they're with Black Manta, and as soon as he finds this trident, all of a sudden, a month passes, and he's learned the secrets of all these different things, and he's found this new material that I can't remember the name of, even though they say it so many times in the movie. But I was like, that's really weird to, he just finds the trident, and then all of a sudden he knows, so much, and he has this new material that he gets all these weapons going with. It was like, That's that's just a very weird way to write that into the story. Um, and another weird thing is that they attack Atlantis to get some of this material that he magically knows about all of a sudden. And they are able to like take out Atlanteans in an instant. Like, it is shocking. They use these sonar cannons, or it makes the sound that's annoying to them. It just blasts out like sound waves that annoy the Atlanteans, and it bothers them, and it's making them unable to fight. That's how they get away with all of this. It's like, really? Like, at this point, I think they could probably take over the whole kingdom of Atlantis. And like I said, these are humans. These are like Spec Ops guys or something. I have no clue what they're supposed to be. But that was just a weird, weird thing for them to put into this story. It was like, wow, they just instantly take out people from Atlantis. I guess anyone can just roll up in Atlantis and just, pew pew, we're done. But anyway, I'm trying to keep this one kind of brief, guys. It's the last movie review of this year. But anyway, what I want to say is that Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom is definitely messy. The script is very rough, but it's very fun. Okay, Arthur and Orm go to this place. It's like a pirate hangout that's made out of all these broken down ships. I liked that. They fight this. I swear, it's obviously Jabba the Hutt. It's gotta be. It's gotta be like a Jabba the Hutt reference, this character that runs the whole place. And he's all these like big shark guys on him that are like real muscled up, and oh man, it was fun. It was very fun. Also there's an after credit scene where Patrick Wilson, Orm, he eats a burger, and then he puts a cockroach on it and eats it. That's how you end off the DCEU right there. That is the final. I'm not even joking. That is the final clip of the DCEU. Is Patrick Wilson eating a cheeseburger with a cockroach. Go see the movie. That's gonna be it for this movie review, guys. I'm sorry it was rushed, but I'm trying to get this out earlier, than I usually do, because normally I wait till next week, but I don't know. I have some videos I gotta get done. The end of the year stuff is coming. The best of my channel is coming out soon, and the top 15 best and worst movies of 2023, that'll be out at the end of this year. So I'm trying to get those done. So anyway, I want to thank you guys very much for watching the review. Have a fantastic new year with, hopefully, fingers crossed, a lot of great new movies. So yeah, I'll see you guys then for another movie review. Peace out.